The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Martin Bakole gets a hero's welcome when he returned to the Democratic Republic of Congo after beating Jared Anderson. So he beat Jared Anderson and he returned to the Congo and he was given a hero's welcome. We're going to take a look at some footage of Martin Bakole returning to the Congo. And it says Champion Bakole on those flyers. You see him being mobbed. You see getting the hero's welcome for returning to the Congo after defeating Jared Anderson. Trill Dollar Bill, what is your reaction to him getting the hero's welcome for defeating a Hypejob?
Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna say that. At first, I was happy. I think that's always dope. I think that's dope. You know what I'm saying? I love boxing, and I love when the fighters get the love for their blood, sweat, and tears, and being the warriors that they are, the gladiators that they are. I'm glad when they get their love. It warms my heart. But then I seen the people in the comment section that was giving him this love. And they were saying like, yeah. These are the same people that were saying how Gerald Anderson was a hype job, how he was nothing, he was food, you know? And how you gonna praise this victory then? And it even made me ask my bro, a question. I was asking him, I said, yo, who you think, is better between Frank Martin and Gerald Anderson? Because I looked at it like people, was giving Tank so much slack for knocking out Frank Martin, saying why would he celebrate or get happy over there? He's like, oh, he didn't do his thing, his little flip he do. He's like, why would he? Because he fought somebody like Frank. He was supposed to beat him. You know what I'm saying? He was that. You know what I'm saying? He didn't belong in there. Blah blah blah. Gave him take a hard time about celebrating. But Coley be somebody that y'all say wasn't ready, he was a hype job or anything, and y'all willing to celebrate with him. Like, oh, this is what he was supposed to do, right? This is how it was supposed to be? Or you just didn't like it is because y'all have this bias and this weird hatred for the United States. That's what it came to. That I started realizing that y'all didn't care. Y'all just wanted him to lose because he's from the United States. And it was so crazy that Bakole, he's not even from where y'all from. And y'all taking it like it's your victory. And I was sitting here, it was like, yo, y'all don't like me. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, y'all really don't like me. Y'all showing y'all true bias. But shout out to Bakole. I thought it was dope. He getting the love from his people. I thought it was dope. I will go on more, but I don't feel like Ethan, nobody right now. I just feel like it's weird. I'm the type of guy I like to keep the same energy, and you guys ain't keeping the same energy. That's it.
Look, for years we've been doing this show. All I do is root for fighters based on accomplishments, achievements, and who I think is the best. That shows going back to Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua debates, where I pointed out I felt like Anthony Joshua was fighting a better opposition and he deserved the lion's share of the pot between this dispute for undisputed, where AJ had most of the belts, the better wins. Wilder had the WBC belt, but they would argue he had more title defenses. But to me, AJ was fighting a better opposition. I never once looked at it like I got to back Deontay Wilder, who's the United States boxer. In fact, I wanted to show the levels between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. So I created the audits because one of the biggest arguments for Deontay Wilder was he's the hardest puncher in boxing history. This 90% KO ratio, everything. So I actually took the time to do this video to expose that Deontay Wilder really wasn't who he was being promoted to be. I'm from the United States of America. Deontay Wilder's from the United States of America. I don't look at it from that perspective. I look at it from a fan of boxing, simply who's the best. So I make this video. This channel starts to get a lot more subs. What I didn't realize at the time was it was getting subs because people just like to hear me diss the American heavyweight. Like I'm thinking people rocking with what I'm saying. But as time went on, I'm sitting here like seeing the double standard, because once I call out fighters from other countries, particularly the UK, I'm met with venom. If I call out a promoter from the UK, I'm met with venom. It's almost like on this channel, I'm just supposed to hold America in line and not talk about anyone else, right? And so now I'm starting to see that it's a little bit different. So when I called out Deontay Wilder, that was fine. When I highlight that Tyson Fury was going to beat Deontay Wilder, and I thought Anthony Joshua was better than Deontay Wilder, that was fine. When I exposed Deontay Wilder for being a hype job, that was fine. Now, when I call out Daniel Dubois, people say, "Oh, I'm being too harsh," or this, and that. I'm riding AJ, because I still think AJ is going to spark out Daniel Dubois, but then they say I'm doing this or they say I'm doing that. So I just started to realize and notice certain things. It's like
call out Bob, you call out Al. It was fine.
Oscar.
Fine. You call out Oscar. Oh, they love our jokes against Oscar.
Yeah.
You got them. You love our jokes. We're good lads when it comes to our jokes about everybody else.
Call out Big Baby Miller. I'm sorry, go ahead, bro. What are you gonna say?
You talk about Eddie.
Oh yeah. Right. Know your place.
Know your place.
You don't know what you're talking about. Eddie's thriving. Eddie's great for boxing.
So you talking about Big Baby Miller. It's all love.
Yeah. Call out Big Baby Miller for his
so hilarious. You guys are so you gents are so hilarious. Y'all are hilarious mates. We're hilarious then, right? But when we talk about y'all drug cheats.
Yeah. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about when you talk about Conor Ben. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They treat us like the Democrats, man. I
don't want to pass that discussion.
They show us love for the reason why they want to show us love. But then when they don't want to, if we don't agree with their bottom line or something, they want to just talk bad about us or say we don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah. So again, I just highlight that stuff and it's cool. But just note that I call out the American fighters as much as I call out any other fighter. I call out the American promoters just as much as I call out any other promoter. Turkey Al-Sheikh's the new one. I call out Turkey Al-Sheikh. There are people saying like, "Oh, you know, you're talking about this and that." I'm just saying what I see, using knowledge, my knowledge, the facts, and the evidence, and all those things. And some people get upset. So when it came to this Bakole fight, right, there seems to be this thing that I'm not a part of. As I pointed out before, as someone who called out American hype jobs in the past, I called out Seth Mitchell. Remember when G was here, used to always get into how G liked Seth Mitchell and he was a hype job, and Michael Grant, all these hype jobs. We done called out hype jobs before on this show. You got, if you're a long-time follower, if you watch the show, you know that, right? But when it came to a certain group of people, and this certain group of people are the people who like to talk about American heavyweights and degrade American heavyweights, I never was in line with that. Although I like Anthony Joshua, history would show when people would say, "Oh, what's up with American heavyweights? American heavyweights suck." I will say, well, if that's the case, you would have to say that Anthony Joshua sucks because Andy Ruiz, the American heavyweight, beat Anthony Joshua, right? So I would point that out. Not that I think Anthony Joshua sucks, but I think that point of view, that perspective, that train of thought sucks, where you would simply go and try to downplay and disrespect a boxer because he's from the United States of America and say he sucks. Well, if you're saying American boxers suck, then why are they good enough to beat the fighters that you're praising? That's all I'm asking. So when people say like, oh, you turn this into a UK versus a United States thing, I'm going to show you how we didn't do it. I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to show you right now. I didn't. This was just up here. This was tweeted. This was tweeted yesterday at 2:59. This is about Bakole getting the hero's welcome. Right now, I'm going to show you. This dude Douglas Edward writes, he wasn't even. This is the key. To the heavyweight division is because of the glamour of the heavyweight glamour division when all the heavyweight fights on that card were on the undercard and Terrence Crawford was the main event. So you mean to tell me the glamour division fights on the undercard of 154? And this person wrote that in response to me pointing out the fact that the highest grossing pay-per-view star in the history of boxing is Floyd Mayweather, and he wasn't a heavyweight. Bigger than Mike Tyson, bigger than Lennox Lewis, bigger than any heavyweight is Little Floyd. And currently, the biggest pay-per-view attractions in the sport of boxing are Canelo and Tank Davis. They're not heavyweights. So again, it does this notion that the heavyweight division is the glamour division is old school. You're talking about like in the 90s, but we're long removed from the 90s. People who are born in the 90s are grown as adults now. And the heavyweight division hasn't been the glamour division for a very long time. Okay, but let's continue to go down this avenue. Actually, let me make this bigger because I don't know if anyone can see it. All right. So someone says Bakole is him. This guy, General, all he had to do was derail the American hype train. You see, this is what it is right here. He just beat Anderson. That was it. So you have some people who are saying like all he did was beat Anderson. He derailed the American hype train. Carmen Anderson laughing emojis. And then someone writes here, imagine if Americans loved their boxers like this, laughing my behind off. Bakole ain't even a world champion. Do you see what's going on here? So this isn't just us. We do a show for years here, for years. And this is why you saw the reaction you saw. Someone and a bunch of people start coming at me after Jared Anderson loses saying the American hype job, America has no I never talk about that. Like, bro, you watch what we do on the show. So all I do, if you poke the bear, all I do is I'm gonna meet you where you're at. So all I do is simply expose that in the history of the sport of boxing, the best British heavyweights have always lost to Americans.
The worst one. Not even the best one.
Not even the best heavyweights. They lost to mediocre heavyweights. So you sit here saying that American heavyweight boxing sucks, and American heavyweights suck. And anytime an American heavyweight loses, you want to come and run to me and talk trash as if I am an ambassador for American heavyweights, which if you watch this channel, you know it's not true. You know I couldn't care less where a fighter comes from. But since you want to make that the argument, I'll make it the argument, and then you don't like it. The reality is mediocre heavyweights from America have been good enough to beat the best heavyweights from the UK, including Martin Bakole, because the number one heavyweight in America is Michael Hunter, and he stopped Martin Bakole. He didn't get a parade when he left from winning the fight. No one threw a parade for Michael Hunter for stopping Martin Bakole. And Michael Hunter is still an active fighter right now. I would love to see Bakole Hunter the rematch, just to see if Bakole can beat Michael Hunter. But people want to brush that under the rug. And even when Michael Hunter beat Bakole, you never saw any videos on this channel of us calling Bakole a hype job or saying Bakole was overrated. We never hated on Bakole. So what happened last week is what you saw was the result of everyone coming to us like, ha ha, America got no heavyweights, ha ha, we beat America. And this is me not bothering anyone, me not saying, them coming to me. So this is my platform, so I can respond to everyone. This is what we do. So we respond to them here, and then when people get mad, oh, you turn this into. No, y'all did that.
Y'all turned it in here. Y'all turned it to it. Check the stats when it comes to this boxing.
Y'all did that.
Yo, like, and we're not even talking about just the heavyweights. We're just talking about and I was a champ for you guys. I sat here, showed y'all nothing but love. Every chance I get, you know what I'm saying? Showed y'all nothing but love. Yeah, I got a guy, and it's crazy. But the hate that we get is crazy. Y'all came out y'all way to come to us. Like, y'all beat us. Like, y'all was the ones that did it. You know what I'm saying? That was the crazy thing. You look at it, it made me go back and do some homework. I was starting to think like they was on the neck and neck with us. Like, they was on the same level with us in boxing. I looked. We got 11 world champions to their 3. And that's just in males. You know what I'm saying? Check the stats. Yo will always be number 2 when it comes to you know what I'm saying?
So 11-3 in terms of current world champions, and 4 fighters on the pound for pound list to 0 for the UK.
Maybe 5. Maybe you could call 5. 5 of them for the US.
So this is what I'm talking about. This is why the discussion
fighters on the pound for pound.
This is why the discussion gets reduced to the heavyweight division, because at least they can say they have better heavyweight fighters, right? Although their heavyweight fighters still lose to American boxers. But there's a huge but. But the best fighters in the heavyweight division have been from the Ukraine for the last 20 years. So even then, you still don't dominate the heavyweight division. So that's for the Ukraine to brag about.
I'm wearing a Usyk shirt every time we talk about the UK.
so to wrap this all up, if Jared Anderson is such a hype job and American boxing is so bad, why are you giving a dude a hero's welcome for beating an easy touch? Right? That's like if there's a girl around who everyone's been with, you don't parade her around like you did something amazing, right? Why would you do that?
You see who I'm with.
Why would you do that? If it's so easy to beat American heavyweights, why is this guy getting the hero's welcome in the Congo?
And why are y'all so happy? And why are y'all
he beat an American? That's why. This guy has how many wins? How many times has he beaten fighters before? Never seen that hero's welcome in the Congo until he beat an American heavyweight. Because that's the pedestal y'all put American heavyweights on. I just want to reiterate, you guys are the ones who put American heavyweights on a pedestal. We don't do it. We don't do it. We don't. Go check the tapes. Never done it. I don't put American heavyweights on a pedestal. I call them out, as a matter of fact. Go check the tapes. Daniel Dubois versus Gerald Miller. Go watch it. My prediction was Daniel Dubois. I like Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. My prediction was always Tyson Fury, even from the first fight. It's up. Go look. I picked Anthony Joshua to beat Andy Ruiz. He lost to Andy Ruiz, and I picked him to beat him again in a rematch. It's up. This is the beauty of what we do. It's here. Go look. What I cannot do is get involved in this nationalism in boxing where, the UK heavyweights are better than American heavyweights. That's not necessarily true. On any given day, any fighter can lose in the sport of boxing, regardless of where you're from.
Any given Saturday. We're not geographically racist. We don't care where you're from. It's how you fight.
And so last week, what you saw was me annoyed at the fact that this is the way people view it. And if that's the way people are going to view it, I feel like I'm forced in the position where I have to support fighters based on the fact that they're from America. Just like that guy said, imagine if America loved its boxers the same way that these other countries did. Bakole's not even a champion. So y'all throwing a parade for a dude who's not even a champion because he beat a hype job. But at the same time, y'all want to disrespect Crawford for beating Madrimov because you felt like he should have dominated him more. This is a double standard, bro. This is what I'm talking about. Yo, at the end of the day, like, I'm going to continue to be me. I'm going to continue to focus on a fighter's ability, skill over where they come from or whatever. But I just had to show this video. My man got a hero's welcome. Not for being inducted into the Hall of Fame, not for winning a title, not for doing anything but beating Gerald Anderson. And why was beating Gerald Anderson parade worthy in comparison to all of his other victories? Because he beat an American. But go see how America responded to Michael Hunter beating Bakole. He said, good job. Are you champion? Are you going to be the champion? Well, get back to us when you're the champion, because we have standards here. But remember, in all of this, the fact that they threw this man a hero's welcome for beating Gerald Anderson is just evidence that it's y'all who put the American heavyweights on a pedestal and not us. Go review the tapes. We've never put American heavyweights on a pedestal. But if you want to remove yourself from the heavyweight division and look at boxing in its entirety, America's doing pretty damn good. America got 11 world champions, and Angelo Leo just won a title last night, so I think that makes it 12.
Spanking.
12-3 USA versus UK in terms of champion. Pound for pound list 4-0. How about UK? If you want to make this a national thing, you need at least one fighter top 5 in the pound for pound list for me to even open this discussion up again. But this is not what it's about for me. But this is what you want to do. This is what you want to make. You see the comment section, you see what it is. And then people want to act or whatever. When you start breaking down the facts, they can't handle it. Oh, you want to bring it about this. Oh, I never want to bring it about it. I couldn't care less. History. I have a history on the show of doing nothing like that. And this is honestly, for me, seriously, the last time I'm even going to entertain or address that type of behavior, because I try to avoid it. Like, I try to avoid the people who talk like that. I try to avoid the people who think that way, because to me, it's just dumb. Like, if you can fight, you can fight. I'm not going to hate on Inoue because he's from Japan and Stephen Fulton's from the United States of America. So I got to rep Stephen Fulton over Inoue and downplay Inoue. That's not what we do.
They should be mad at Japan. They got more world champions than them too. They should be, and it's closer. At least it's the gap is closer. You know what I'm saying? But
anyways, my whole thing with this is, yo, that whole way of thinking in the Olympics is cool. In the Olympics, I root for the USA. In the Olympics, I want Team USA to beat Jamaica in sprinting. But I also recognize that it's the greatness of Jamaica that makes the athletes from USA work hard. It was sad to see Jamaica go out the way they went out this year. I don't know what happened in Paris. That just wasn't the country for Jamaica. It was just not in it for Jamaica. Yeah, but I respect Jamaica.
Shout out that you said that, because that is true, bro. Because Sha'Carri Richardson, when she won her gold in the world against Miss Jackson and the other lady,
Sarika Jackson and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, yeah.
When she won that, she said, it's because of y'all. She looked at them and said, it's because of y'all that I ran this fast. You know what I'm saying? So you're absolutely right, my brother.
Oh, yeah, and there's no doubt in my mind, and there's no excuse, but their absence kind of made her more relaxed in that race. And Julian Alford, but Julian Alford's always up there, so I don't want to downplay it. But my point is, I recognize the greatness of, I recognize you need other countries, you need other athletes, you need great competition to push you. So in the Olympics, yeah, I root for Team USA, but I also understand the greatness of the other countries, like Serbia in basketball. Man, what a hell of a game. Like, I understand how nice Jokic is. I understand that Serbia got a great team. I know that we needed Serbia for a competitive game. We need that. I understand all that. I'm a fan of all that. Like, I love seeing greatness. Like, I'm a fan of greatness. I don't really care where it comes from. But as far as like boxing goes, individual matches, all that stuff, like, yo, chill. Y'all came at me for no reason. sending me clips of Bakole knocking out and doing all this extra stuff, being in the DMs like, "Oh, America sucks. When y'all gonna get a good heavyweight?" Like, I'm sick of hearing that, bro. I really don't
I'm
care
like,
about
it's
that.
from people. I'm like, I thought we were cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, and if there's anyone who doesn't deserve this, is me. Look at my history on this show. It's not like I have a history of pandering to American fighters. But anyways, I'm glad that Bakole got a hero's welcome. I'm not against that. It just doesn't match with the narrative. If you're saying that Anderson's a hype job and you're saying American heavyweights suck, then shouldn't he get a parade after he beat one of the fighters from the UK or somewhere else? Why does he get a parade, and why does he get a hero's welcome, and why does he want to go home to get all the love after he beat an overrated, hyped American? That's really all I gotta say on this discussion.
That's crazy. And I love Prince Ahmed. I love the Prince Ahmed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe.
Oh, bro, I'm sorry, Tom. I just gotta say one more thing, bro. I'm sorry to interrupt. The closing.
I love Joe Kawasaki.
This is another thing that annoys me. We do all these videos. We put out like segments or whatever. The segment that people watch the most was the most controversial one about us talking about a UK fighter where they perceived it as us dissing the UK. So that also shows that people like the drama. You got all these other topics, and the one that's watched the most is controversy. And I see why all these other channels create controversy and give these controversial takes. We've never really had these types of discussions or whatever. But as soon as there's like that type of take, people watch it and people come and people leave the comments and it's whatever. And like, I'm not one who wants controversy for clicks. Like, that's just not me. But I just think it says a lot that is what generated the most, and people coming to see the videos last week. I found that interesting as well.
I know, like, we show a lot of love on this channel for fighters all across the world. If they do a dope job, even if they don't speak English, whatever, we champ for these fighters. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's unfair. I just think it's unfair. But hey, what are we gonna say? What can we do? We're the Boxing Bros, man. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. I'm the commissioner, Trill Dollar Bill. I'm going to start to be geographically racist from now on. And that's my brother, Kaden. I'm only rooting for the Americans. But now I'm just joking.
When we talk about our brother G, now I see why G was that way. Remember, G will only root for the Americans. Remember, G?
I think, G was on us, so G knew you guys.
Only root for the Americans. Remember, he would say it. G would be like, "I'm rooting for him because he's American." Like, G would say, "What I'm saying."
I'm gonna channel my energy. We're the Boxing Bros. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. Please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. You already know you rock with it.